particular where I was just laying there, and that day I happened to be talking about heart attacks, and I was like, well, what if I have one? And then as I was trying to go to sleep, I couldn't fall asleep. I was getting really anxious the night after night because I was like, well, I could literally die right before I go to sleep or in the middle of my sleep. And it was kind of that unease that got me. And then eventually I started having a lot of these real panic attacks. And then my mother would always say stuff like, well, if anything happens, are you ready? And I didn't understand. I always believed in God, right? I believed that he existed as a real being. And I was like, well, I don't know what's going to happen to me. I know there was a couple of locations that I could have gone to, but I didn't know which one. And that really made me panic a lot because I didn't want to die due to my unsurety. I was just on YouTube looking at funny videos, looking at different YouTubers. And there was a video on the side in the recommendation. And it was a guy with a big old sign, you know, those big boards on the pole. And it listed a bunch of little sins, but I didn't know what it was. I just felt like I should click on it. Had nothing to do with my panic attacks. I clicked on it and it said, if you're on this list, you're going to hell. And I was like, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then everything clicked. All those panic attacks were because I felt guilty about something and didn't know what it was. And I kind of knew that I shouldn't be able to go to heaven because of those things. And when I saw that video talking about how we're able to go to heaven and I wasn't in that walk of life, that narrow path, it worried me. So the transition from trying to do a lot of works to get into heaven and to try to impress God, I found that I fell short all the time because I would do those things to just make myself feel better, and I didn't have a motive to really please God. It was just so I wouldn't be under his wrath. Some of the benefits of following Christ, one is that I have security in where I'm going the moment I die. At any moment, I no longer have a fear of death. There's times when I wonder what it might physically feel like, but I have security in knowing that things only get better for those who follow Christ. So, I mean, if anything happens here, you know, even if I were to come down with a hard disease like cancer, I may be sad, you know, because I'm going to be physically ill, but I know where I'm going, so it's only going to get better.